Hey guys, welcome back to another video, and in today's video we'll be going over the patch notes and explaining some things and giving you my opinions based on what I've done and what my team has done. So, as you guys, if you haven't already, this is a separate video from the other one. We made the second version of the community patch got released. If you don't know what the community patch is, I'll link it in the description, but I'll just be going over the big changelog of 130 items. So this is going to be a long video. I just decided to separate it from the original video. That way, at least you have two separate videos. So I guess we'll start. Now the first one is, this is a change that people might not like, but a lot of people kind of said that, you know, the torrent shouldn't be replaced by the Emperor because from playtesting it's a little bit too much, and I thought, you know, the Emperor was too slow and the torrent was too fast, so now it's a little bit of both. It's really powerful, but at the same time it's not crazy fast. Now of course, you know, the torrent was never in Borderlands 2, so technically this is just a nerf on my behalf, not in the games. You can still revert the torrent if you want. If you have the first batch, you can just replace it. Anywho, it's 40. Is it 40%? It got increased damage. I don't know by how much. I don't think I put the percentage there. Made E-Tech assault rifles have the or doll E-Tech assault rifles have the buff as well. Yep. Did not buff them in the first batch. Just the doll E-Techs. And now they have the buff. E-Tech assault rifles have penetration, yep. And you should be like E-Tech snipers now. Buff bandit pistols. This is like the assault rifle buff, where now they do increased damage, but they have reduced magazine size because, let's be fair, no one uses the bandit pistols for them huge magazines anyway. So, they should be way better now. Especially because, you know, you usually it's these kinds of pistols you just get, and you only look for like very specific ones, but they should be good now. Made gemstone weapons have their own rarity, with the benefits of being one rarity higher. Now, this just means that they will be uniquely identified now. Yeah, that's it. And they just have more gun damage, accuracy, and magazine size. As if it's the same jump from blue to green and blue to purple, basically. It's the same jump. So they jump one rarity. Also, I'm gonna also go over what fixes are hot fixes, just so if your hot fix thing doesn't work, at least you'll know what you're not gonna get, because unfortunately, I cannot fix that. Sometimes you have to be online for these hotfixes to apply. Just a side note. But I'll go over them real fast, actually. Pretty much most of the gun ones are not hotfixed, so you should be good on that part. Okay, whatever. Made tug barrel for assault rifles to be considered grenade damage. Yep. It just means if you have a grenade buff, it should affect them instead of being rocket splash damage, which is good. It means Axton can get more use of them. Same thing with the Bearcat. And also, I think I went over this. Yeah, I also gave them like a 30 to 40% buff, so they should be pretty viable now, especially with the grenade damage one. Me and the Stalker have the Vladoff barrel to increase projectile speed. Yep. Shouldn't have that Malone barrel anymore. And plasma casters shoot like other plasma casters with the same status. Now, that's because bandit plasma casters are extremely inaccurate in the way that they fire. I know that this is a special projectile, but no one uses them. They're really underpowered and they kill you most of the time. And also, I just decided to screw it. Just make them like other bandit or plasma casters. And they have the same stats, just so if you find one, you'll actually use it. Slow down the fire of the bolt action type rifles. Yep. They should be reverted back to how they were in the vanilla game, because I actually increased them by accident. They should be slower, it's just the damage didn't change. just for balance reasons, because if you find a bolt action sniper rifle, you don't need any other gun, basically, so I don't want that. I mean, the Ogre, the other went off barrel and gave it 10% damage buff. That means that the spin up time is not there anymore. That's what this means, basically. Nothing else. Now, this is a change that a lot of people are gonna like. The negative 20% penalty on assault rifles, the crit one. I should have typed in crit, but basically they should do full crit now. I tested it, it wasn't broken, it was fine. Tunguska no longer has self-damage, yep. The initial projectile still does if you shoot it at your feet, but it should be fine. This was a mistake on my part. I made it so bandit. This is damage and torque versus magazines, but they should be fixed now. Yep. Goblin Tinderbox. They were buffed because they banned a pistol buff. You should get more projectile speed out of your laser accessory. And these are just from the first patch. Just boosted them because I felt like they weren't good enough, but they should be better now. But the actualizer reload speed with additional 30% more damage. Yep. The actualizer has 4.2 reload speed with a matching grip. If you put a bandit grip on it, it takes 6 seconds to reload. It's pretty terrible. I mean, people don't use it just because of the reload speed, but it should be better now. This is something a lot of people are gonna like. I made the volcano, not like how it is in Borderlands 1, but it has a really big splash radius with increased dot damage. 65% precisely. To do this, I just had to revert back to changes I've done, which is the damage one, and now it's 80% splash damage instead of 100%. Buffed the Hellfire splash radius, tripled. Apparently there's a break-in animations. If you set it too high, it seems like it's exploding, but you should notice it. It's quite noticeable, and buffed the damage over time quite a bit. Lifted up the damage penalty of the infection by 200%, so it still removes 150% of your damage, but it shouldn't be too bad. It should be usable as a pistol. And up the dot damage. So now it's even more viable. Just making the TDR barrels less useless, I guess, because the barrel itself did nothing. It just exists, basically, but it gives you something now. This one should be simple. The big thumper is basically now an actual melee shield, so you can still find it in vendors and everywhere else. Now they just coexist in one world. And I made the ability shield not harm you, and spun an extra projectile instead of the original 3, so now it's 4. More damage. And the Fable Tortoise will slow you down less. Used to be 80%. Made the Love Thumper not do friendly damage. Now you can put on Death Trap and not be an asshole to your friends. Alright. Not much in the relics department. Really nothing, it's just the UI now shows instead of showing nothing. There it comes. Reverted back to Shock Trooper to its original form. I basically nerfed it in the other patch. It wasn't even working. I just decided to restore it back and not bother with it. Fixed most of the UI problem with skills. Yep. Now they should show up proper skills, and the names should be correct now. But with spy count go down by a lot. Yep. Shouldn't be 14%. It should be quite reasonable now. Salvador's Beast class one now boosts his ain't got time to bleed instead of just cargo. Yep. Should be an actual brawn con now. Should make him very viable. Yep, now multiplies your health like an adaptive shield, so the Beast con is pretty good now. Salvador's Titan classman now boosts his sexual Tyrannosaurus instead of out of bubblegum. Out of bubblegum is kind of redundant since if you wear the R5 it basically doesn't work, but it should be more viable now. Legendary Titan now boosts ain't got time to bleed in a sexual Tyrannosaurus instead of out of bubblegum and locked and loaded. Yep. Should be way more viable now. Zero's Survivor count now boosts Innovate instead of Resurgence. Yep. Zero's got more survivability. And it basically, I think this screws up the health gating build that he has, but it's okay. Legendary Reaper boost, yep. This is something that not a lot of people agree with, but I think this is for the better. I've played Creed quite a lot, and I know that Legendary Reaper literally boosts one skill that people care about is Bloodbath. Everything else, it's arguable. Yeah, I changed this because Bloodbath was a bit overpowered. Basically, if you find a Crunch class mod that's perfect, you don't need any other class mod. So, to encourage choice, I did that. Special class mode to boost all slots to the Forbearance, yep. That should be obvious. Just because the UI wasn't working and I couldn't get it to work, so I just wanted to put some variety into some of the cons, and I made little trades. Class mod, backstory with original form because, well, I boosted more pep, so it's fine. Grenades, no changes. I don't know what to edit. I could have buffed the Nasty Surprise or boosted the leash damage a little bit, but maybe in the third patch, who knows? Alright, so I'll be going over the loot drops and everything. No, I'm gonna point out what's a hotfix and what's not. Just so you know what to, if you don't have the patch without the hotfix, at least you'll know what you're gonna get or what not. So, first of all, you're not gonna, well, actually, I still get quite a lot. This whole thing, you're not gonna get all of this. You're not gonna get these two. You're not gonna get that. You're not gonna get that because that's from hotfix. Yeah, you're not gonna get that. That's because of hotfix. These will work fine. This will work fine. Actually, most of them work fine. It's just that there are some that don't work and some work. It's mainly skills that won't work, so I guess you're still fine. Anywho, yeah, go off topic now. Gorgon has a rare chance to drop in the Garden Nozzle. Rare chance, it's crowded loot pool still, so good luck. It's basically 2% for you getting it. It's quite rare. Yep, now it has 4 items, it's less crowded. Ferocious quest, yep. All of these just basically, you know, they suck less basically. They're the same thing, but for all raid boss quests. They should give you probably quadruple the experience now, and they give you an e-tech. I wanted to do a legendary, but hey, you can't do that without me giving you a pearlescence, so that's not gonna happen. Yep, now you should get a blue class mod from Lilith. It was dumb that she didn't before. Yep, he's gonna give you a blue class mod instead of a green. Made the slot is repeatable. Gives you a lot of replayability, especially if you want to hang out with your friends. You know, have a good round of them. They're still hard. They still give you the rewards, but they're still quite hard to do if you're not in normal mode. I guess I can explain this. Basically, it means you'll be able to find loot at the start of the game instead of leaving Flint, so you can legit get a legendary before Knuckle-Jagger if you really want to. Made all the pearlescence to be considered into the world drop pool, so you can just get around and back randomly. I thought it was pretty dumb that Gearbox didn't do that, but hey, I fixed that. Yep, Moxie has a 20% chance to give you a bad touch instead of a good touch. Fermi now has an increased chance. I didn't want to make it 20%, so I just made it 15%. It's double from before the hotfix. Yep, Farkas has an increased chance of evolving. Pokemon can drop the Big Thumper. So Bonnie Pants now can drop the Gub. Well, I mean, I don't know what else to give him if the first thing was a Gub. Yep. Beak will give you an E-Tech. Still useful. Hyperios will drop the Fibra instead of Kiss of Death. Muscles has a chance to drop instead of Shotgun. That one should be obvious. Hurley has a chance to drop the Orphan Maker. I wanted to add the Pimpernel and Zanhawk too, but a lot of people brought up a point that I'm rewarding the player, the strongest gun in the game, just for walking. Even if I thought of making it 1% actually. I wanted to go that far, but It was kind of right. I kind of don't want to reward the player for walking. The overmaker is a fair thing. At least you don't have to restart your playthrough to get it, but it's still hard to get a rush those overmakers, so at least you have a chance now. Bar defense has a chance to drop the Quasar, yep. And yeah, this is a hotfix also. So Bonehead drops the shorter fire less. Yeah, it was dropping quite often, so I fixed that. Yeah, all these three are hotfixes. Deliverance, Madhouse, and Skull Masher. Badmar and Mad Mark and all of these didn't have drops before. Now they do if you have hotfix enabled. Yep. Frankenstein has a chance to drop a Coffin Skull. Well, if you actually want a Coffin Skull, but you can get it now instead of just farming a specific source. You have a chance between the Yellow Jacket and that. I should have buffed the Yellow Jacket now that I remember it. Arizona has a chance to drop the Flacker. That should be obvious. And yeah, any of the Torque. I should have included. This is the vanilla legendaries, all 6 of them. Basically, I use the Torque vendor loophole. So, all right. So, all of these right here, up to this point, are hotfix stuff. Without hotfix, you're not gonna get all of these basically. That's unfortunate, but it's the only way we could have done this, or else it would have not been possible. So you have to be online or something like that. But yeah, this is something that a lot of people ask for. I actually got 15 changes, by the way. Like from all the way up to here. This is all accident. 15 changes, quite a lot. Yeah, basically the turret does more damage by 20% and gave it 20% more fire rate. Turret needed it, it wasn't fast enough. Burst fire with fire rate, yep. I think I went over in Dirch's video whenever we're talking about it. But basically these are basically from Dirch's video. I mean, I kind of mentioned most of them, but yeah. Most of these are just from videos on the forums and feedback. I don't know if I want to go over them. You can read them yourself. The most notable one is, I don't know. Most of them are pretty good. It's just Axton. Fucking got so many changes. He's way better now. Not that he wasn't viable before. I guess I'll go over some of the obvious ones like Salvador's. There are only two Salvador fixes. That's about it. I didn't want to mess around with Gun Salvador, so yeah. You can read it yourself, it's fine. And yeah, Dave did all the skins. And that should be about it. I mean, I guess I'll go over them. Fine. Yeah. Laser sight, 5 per point. Damage and damage and accuracy. Yep. No more bullet penalty thingy. Damage reduction, double up. No more damage reduction for not damage reduction, no more damage penalty for the turret. Impact, release the melee damage with accuracy. Yep, should be work melee accent. 5% per level, yep, versus all magazine size now. Battlefield, replace melee damage, critical hit damage. Yep. Okay, well, you guys can read them for yourselves because most of these are just for the forums. Quite a lot. Okay, so whatever. Anyways, sorry about that. Yeah, these are the patch notes, 131 of them. Yeah. If you guys haven't already, please follow Dave on Twitter if you want. He has done all these beautiful skin fixes. I want to give him credit again. And also I want to give credit to Adunni for helping me with with all these character skills. He basically helped me convert them to hotfix. And yeah, that's about it for the patch. Please leave a like on the video if you enjoyed it. So I'm about not reading all the character skills. They're kind of a lot, and it's kind of better if you kind of read them yourself because they really don't need any explanation. I mean, they're kind of straightforward. So I just didn't want to give most of my opinion on it. Anywho, yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video.